my work ahead will be guided by the three principles: realism, unity, and partnership. We need partners, we need to be united, and you need to act in the real world. So I want the support of the member state to give a fresh impulse to the Foreign Affairs Council. Our meetings must be the place where our collective efforts come together to promote a more effective EU foreign policy. Today in the Council we have been dealing with current affairs, which, as you know, are the most pressing items on the international agenda. We have been dealing with the Memorandum of Understanding signed between Libya and Turkey. We discussed this, and it's very clear from our discussion that this document raises major concerns. We express our solidarity and our support to Greece and Cyprus, and we will continue doing that. I personally raised Iran because on Friday we had the meeting of the Joint Commission of the JCPOA, on Friday in Vienna, chaired by the Secretary General of the European External Action Service, which showed that all participants stand behind the agreement and want to preserve it. This unanimous position is for us very important. All participants stand behind the agreement and want to preserve it. Bolivia, as you know, is part of a wider worrying situation in Latin America. On the last 5 years, it hasn't been any high-level summit between European Union and Latin American countries. I think this has to be corrected, and addressing this will be one of my priorities during my mandate. And one thing is clear: we cannot have a strategy for Africa without Africa. This has to be something that responds to an ownership among Europeans, but mainly with the Africans. Under the request of several member states, we have agreed to launch the preparatory work for a global sanctions regime to address serious human rights violations, which will be the European Union equivalent of the so-called Magnitsky Act of the United States.